Okay, so I'm going to take a risk here because I want to show you guys the place with the drone. But apparently 2 drones have gone missing here. One from, I think, crashing in the water, and the other one by being taken by an eagle. So I'm really hoping I don't crash the drone and it doesn't get taken by a bird. Fingers crossed.
Tucked away in the tallest mangroves in Northern America in the Encrucijada Biosphere Reserve is the little fishing village of El Castaño and home to the eco-hostel Costa Verde. I was about to spend 8 nights here discovering and learning about this Pacific coastal region and experiencing firsthand how ecotourism not only can create income in the area but can also help to protect it.
Good morning. So I just woke up from my first night here at Costa Verde in the fishing village of El Castaño, and yesterday Pablo already mentioned that there are around 150 to 200 species of bird in this area, and that is exactly what I woke up from this morning. All the birds chirping and making so much noise. But I'm excited for today. I'm going to get ready because we're going to go on a boat trip to spot birds.
On my first day, I went out into the lush mangroves with Pablo and his son. Their eyesight impressed me as they were able to spot many different birds and creatures lurking in the trees and waters. The Encrucijada mangroves are the tallest in Northern America and are home to many species of animals, including hundreds of species of birds.
So as we are busy going downstream again, we are spotting so many nests, and I've learned that it is actually nesting season at the moment. So I'm quite lucky because we're seeing a lot of baby birds in nests, which is quite incredible. Going with Pablo and his son this morning to go see the birds and take the boat through the mangroves was absolutely amazing. Like, I just remember we went through these super hard trees, and yeah, I became slightly emotional because it was just so beautiful and so impressive. So Pablo has taken a seat at the front to chop away some of the branches because we're going deeper into the mangroves now. It was the same as yesterday. We have to duck the whole time to get through the mangroves so that we can actually get deeper into the environment. So he's taken up space at the front with the machete to chop away any of the branches that might get slightly in the way.
On my second day, we left the thick mangroves to spot birds in the reeds. The area around Costa Verde is on the prime migratory route of aquatic birds, so it is home to a variety of endemic and migratory species. This is definitely the place for bird lovers and watchers. We spent a few hours on the water with Pablo's Bluetooth speaker, which he can use to play various bird calls. We waited patiently for a specific bird until we got a small glimpse of the bird. It was exciting to be out there in anticipation for this bird, after which we headed back. During my trip, I saw Pablo's son on multiple occasions pick up plastic trash that he found. Unfortunately, it was necessary, but it was also good to see how dedicated they are to preserve the area.
Today's boat trip was so different than yesterday's because yesterday we went into the mangroves and today we went into the reeds, and it was a completely different view and also a different way of spotting birds. But what I'm enjoying so much about this place is just chilling in the hammock and taking my rest. So in between activities, this is where you'll find me. Good morning, guys. So it is another beautiful morning at Costa Verde here on the beautiful river in the mangroves, and today is exciting because I'm going to be seeing the Pacific Ocean. First it's time for breakfast, and then we're going to go off to see the Pacific. So where yesterday we went one way upstream, we're now going a different way in the river. Where we saw the mangroves yesterday, today we are going towards the Pacific because although you wouldn't say so by looking at the environment, we are very, very near the ocean. So I'm still in the fresh water, but we'll be heading towards where fresh water and salt water start mixing. So I'm quite curious to see how this changes the landscape. So I can already smell the sea, the smell of the salty sea, and I could see some waves coming in, which means that we have made it to the Pacific. Woo! We have gotten out on what looks to be a little beach, and this is the view, guys. The mangroves, and then over there, the Pacific Ocean. Although I love the beach, I'm sort of feeling a little bit on edge here because Pablo told me that this is also the house to many crocodiles. So I am trying to be a little bit wary, although he seems pretty chill. But knowing that there are crocodiles in the area just freaks me out a little bit.
On our way back from the beach, we spotted many pelicans and frigate birds. The male frigate bird have this red pouch on their chest they inflate to attract females.
As we just got back from the Pacific, I thought, why not show you guys around and show you where I've been staying in Costa Verde. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a tour. First room is my cozy little bedroom. It's a little bit messy at the moment, but nice and cute. And then out here we have the deck with the hammocks. And last night Flores, the wife of Pablo, actually brought up a table and served me my dinner overlooking this, although it was dark so I couldn't really see. Here we got the toilet and some other rooms. Then we go down the stairs. And in here live two little bats, which I saw yesterday. Then we have a communal area where you can also eat. And then over there are the boats. Over here is the kitchen. And then that house over there is where the showers are.
After a quick cold shower, I decided to take a stroll through El Castaño. This small village survives on various activities such as fishing, but also farming. But they also noticed an opportunity to create an ecotourism collective, which employs people from the area and simultaneously they protect the local nature resources. This group is called Grupo Ecoturistico Costa Verde.
Well, tonight we're doing a different type of boat tour. Not birds, but we're going to go look for crocodiles. There are two types of crocodiles in these waters, the American crocodile and the caiman. So if we're lucky, we might spot one. There are lots of insects and lots of bats roaming around, but so far we haven't seen any crocodiles yet. So I wasn't expecting us to go right into the bushes or into the mangroves, which is pretty scary actually. I'm also mesmerized by the night sky because the stars are absolutely incredible. Okay, so we found our first one, which is a baby. Oh my word. We're gonna walk?
Yeah.
Ah, wrong way, bro.
Oh.
Bye bye. Found our first baby. Then we got out of the boat, which I was not expecting that we'd be getting on land during this time. But we've spotted some eyes on the other side of the bank, which could be a big crocodile. I'm not sure if we'll go there. First of all, going out to see crocodiles seemed like a very good idea to me. But now realizing how big they can actually get and sitting in this boat, I'm feeling quite fragile. And I'm actually really nervous about going into the mangroves because it seems like we are actually going deeper into the mangroves at the moment, which is freaking me out slightly. Big one? Oh my gosh. The caiman.
After a small glimpse of a caiman, we headed back to the hostel where Pablo treated me to a nice cold beer.
Good morning, guys. So it's still super early. Actually, I think it's like 7:15, and the chickens are going crazy outside. It's not light yet, but at 7 o'clock I'm leaving with Pablo back to the reeds. Still got my earplugs in, to go see a specific bird that he wants to film. I think we saw it the last time. Going early in the morning, I think, makes the chances higher of seeing this bird. So we're leaving at exactly 7 o'clock. So I need to start getting myself ready really quickly because, yeah, I have like 15 minutes.
We were actually back to see the same bird we saw a few days prior. Pablo loves birds and he was determined to film this little bird properly. He has so much knowledge about the birds and environment, and spending the time out there on the boat immersed in this mangrove environment really was incredible.
So today, other than just chilling in the hammock, sleeping and reading my book, I haven't done much because it was piping hot outside. But I just went to have a cold shower, and as I was walking there, I saw quite a few iguanas. Iguanas running across the floor. So I'm going to go with my camera and see if I can get some shots of the iguanas. As you can see, I have found an iguana. It's not in the tree, it's under this plastic thing. Oh, there he goes. Let's see if he'll head towards a tree so I can get a shot of him. Hey birdie, look at him go. There he goes.
The La Encrucijada is a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, and besides being home to many species of birds, it is also home to many other animals such as reptiles and mammals, including spider monkeys, anteaters and coatis. Unfortunately, this region faces multiple threats such as deforestation and contamination from agrochemicals, which has sadly led to the habitat destruction and the loss of species.
So this morning I was supposed to wake up at 4:30 to go fishing with Pablo at 5, but I woke up from him in front of my room saying good morning, and it's 6:45, so I slept straight through our alarm. So I'm rushing to get ready and join him to go fishing near the Pacific. So I'm excited about this because it's still dark. Well, we have made it out to the sandbank that is near the place that we were a few days ago by the Pacific. That's where we're going to be fishing, just keeping an eye out that we don't see any crocodiles. And now also I realize I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't bring the drone because I'm going to probably be here at sunrise. So that would have been awesome, but I'll still get some shots.
The fishing that was done by Pablo was done in a more sustainable way than larger fisheries. He only caught what they needed and didn't use any long line nets, which often cause a variety of species to die when they are caught. Also, when anything was caught in the nets that was not supposed to be caught, such as little stingrays and baby catfish, these were released into the ocean.
So as you can see, it's becoming light again. It is so nice being out here. I'm actually with Pablo and his wife this morning, and Pablo's already gone out about 3 times and brought in fish. It was nice to see that they put the stingrays back. But it's going actually quite quickly, and it's interesting to see how they fish here because it's in the area where the Pacific meets the freshwater. So I think this is he's still actually in the sea, but it's in the bay here where it is now more shallow. The tide is starting to come in, and there is the most epic sunrise on its way. Oh man, it is so beautiful to be out here. And Flores is back at the boat, Pablo is in the water, and I'm here on the bank, but the tide is coming in so quickly that I'm actually a little bit worried. I'm, I think, the most nervous about crocodiles because I'm not really sure how they usually behave. So, yeah. So now we have arrived on the sandbank that I was the other day, although now the beach is a lot bigger because of the low tide. Okay, well, we spotted the first crocodile that definitely is in the water. We could see him, but he's gone underwater now and he's heading into the sea. And Pablo's still chilling with the fishing net. How is this possible? And the sun is getting more epic, and you can even see the mountains in the background. Okay, so that head bobbing over there is the crocodile. He's also hungry.
After fishing in the bay, Pablo moved on to fish in the sea, where he caught a few fish, including catfish, and then we found crocodile tracks. So here the crocodile tracks are a little bit more clear. So just a size estimate for the crocodile and my hand. Once we had finished fishing, we made our way back to El Castaño. That evening, I took advantage of the beautiful sunset to get some nice shots of the village and hang out with the dogs Poppy and Tolimon. Well, this is my last full day here, and today has just been for relaxing, reading my book, chilling in the hammock. I'm actually going to have a little nap and trying to photograph iguanas again, but they're so quick. So yeah, this is how I'm going to use my last day. Tomorrow morning I'm getting up early because I have a 7-hour bus ride to my next destination. So yeah, for now I'm just gonna relax and hang out. Unfortunately, my time in El Castaño and at Costa Verde had come to an end. After 8 days, I was sad to leave this fascinating natural area. But I left with a lot of new knowledge which I learned from Pablo, many beautiful memories, a full tummy of food cooked by Flores, and a shit ton of mosquito bites. It was eye-opening to see how much passion they have for the place they call home, which is also home to many incredible species. And one day, I hope to return to visit again. Well, it is my last morning here at Costa Verde and El Castaño. I'm saying goodbye to my little room. I've had an absolutely incredible time exploring the area with Pablo and his son and enjoying the meals cooked by Flores. This is exactly what I needed, a nice slow-paced living just to reconnect with myself and get my energy up again. But today I'm off to the next adventure. I had an amazing time here in the tallest mangroves of Northern America, but for now it's on to the next adventure. See you next time, guys.